everybody! You missed me? I know you did. This is Danny Rabin from Marbin, back with episode 7 of Daily Noodles. What's it called even? Shit, it's been a long time. Daily Tips, Noodles and Shreddin, that's it. So yeah, we just went to Colombia, which was fucking crazy fun and great. And Colombia has the best food and best looking women I've ever seen. Just crazy. We had the best time. And let me just give you a little announcement. In November, we're going on tour to the Midwest. So November 10th, Iowa City. 11th, Burlington, Iowa. 12th, Dubuque, Iowa. 13th, Duluth. 14th, Minneapolis. 15th, somewhere? 16th, Zubar in Lincoln, Nebraska. 17th, Omaha. Anyway, and then Kansas City on the 18th. Des Moines on the 19th. So please join us at bensintown.com/Marbin to get updated and all this stuff. And yeah, let's talk about a new subject. I kind of wore out all the harmony talk, I think, at least for a while. So let's talk about rhythm. So rhythm is probably the most important element in music, and there's a lot to say about it. The first thing I want to articulate is the big question, or the first question is, what's a pulse, okay, in music? Now, to me, a pulse is where you tune a human to a song. Basically, a tempo is not a pulse, but a tempo can be a pulse. What's that mean? A pulse is a range that's similar to our heartbeat, that feels relaxed for us. It's a point from where you start measuring music. So a relaxed pulse is somewhere between maybe 50, 90 BPM, maybe 100 BPM. And it's like what we have internally when we're resting. What we do is we either keep the tempo of the song, or maybe double it or half it to make it fit in that range that's relaxed. What's that mean? So if a groove goes and that's the tempo, then that's fine. That could be a relaxed pulse. If I'm playing body and soul super slow, da 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 da, that might be a little, so, feeling it twice as fast could be something you do. If you're playing Cherokee or like a really fast song, da 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 da, even though that's the quarter note where you dried it, in terms of how I feel it, I feel that as the 16th note. Da 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 da, ba 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 ba. Now, it helps you center yourself and perceive the music in a relaxed way by thinking about the tempo in octaves, dividing it or doubling it. Okay, when I can find a pulse, the next thing I do is I subdivide. Okay? Now, subdividing is basically thinking about time, think about it like a strand of hair between my two fingers. 1, 2. It's that long. And subdividing is just taking scissors and chopping it up to equal pieces. That's all we do with time. Now, there's a big misconception in the rock and shred and metal world about playing fast, playing slow. To me, those terms are amateur terms, and they're not musical terms. What we have is dense subdivisions and less dense subdivisions. So I take that hair and I chop it into 2 parts, that's eighth notes. I chop it into 3 parts, that's triplets. Pa, pa, pa. 4 parts, 16th notes, quintuplets, sextuplets, and so on. It's just taking a distance and chopping it up into equal pieces. Now, the Indian musicians have a great system called solkatu to basically verbally articulate those speeds, okay? So you should write these down and practice them. The idea is this. If I'm just basically singing the pulse itself, I just say ta, 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 ta. Then eighth note, the eighth note speed is ta-ka, 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 ta-ka. The triplet speed is ta-ki-ta, 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 ta-ki-ta. 16th notes, takadimi, 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 takadimi. Quintuplets, tadikinatum, 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 tadikinatum. Sextuplets, takita, 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 takita. Septuplets, takadimi, takita, takadimi, takita, takadimi, takita, takadimi, takita. 32nd notes, takadimi, 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 takadimi. Nontuplets, 9. Takita, 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 takita. So that basically trains you to think about speeds relating to pulses, okay? And gives you all the equal subdivisions from 1 to 9. So you should practice those up and down. Think about like a rhythm scale, you know? Now, the thing is, when we play on grooves. And to me, there's really two types of grooves. And the types of grooves have to do with what you're doing to the pulse, how you're dividing it. Swung grooves divide the pulse into triplets, and straight grooves divide it into eighth notes or 16th notes. So, for example, a blues is a swung groove, right? A shuffle. 1 and 2, da da ba 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 1. That's 1 2 3 2 2 3 3 2 3 3 2 3. Takita, 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 takita. A swing groove is a swung groove. You know, it's like a jazz groove. So to me, you know, that's where the chord note is. Again, the pulse is right here for me, and I think about like sextuplets. Takita, 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 takita. But you write it as triplet. Takita, 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 takita. The thing is, the slower you feel it, the more options you have rhythmically. If I feel it here, then you know triplets are, you know, takita, takita, taka, taka, ta. If I feel it here, ta, taka, takita, takadimi, tadikinatum, takita, takita, takadimi, takita, takadimi, takita, takadimi, takadimi, takadimi. You know, I have more options of what to do with it the slower I feel it. A straight groove is like AC/DC. Boom, down, down, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, the rhythm section, the drummer and bassist usually stay within a subdivision, except for maybe in the end of phrases the drummer might play fills, right? So it's like if I'm playing a straight groove and I'm a drummer, like. But for the most part, I'm just kind of staying in that world. As an improviser, as a soloist, you know, for me playing guitar, the way I think about it is the following. If I'm playing on a swung groove, then triplets and sextuplets feel like home, and everything else creates tension against it. If I'm playing on a straight groove, eighth notes and 16th notes feel like home, and triplets and sextuplets pull against the music. What's that mean? Think about it like this. Let's say I'm playing a blues, like a shuffle, okay? 1 2 3 ta ta ta. So if I'm playing triplets, I'm right inside the music. Right? Riding the groove. But if I'm playing, let's say, straight eighth notes, so straight eighth notes pull against the music. If I play straight eighth notes to resolve to triplets, sixteenth notes also create tension. 1 2 3 4. So when I play triplets, it goes home like. So I'm using the 16th notes and the eighth notes to create rhythmic tension, the triplets to resolve, to ride the band. Now, if it's a funk groove and it's divided into 16th notes, then 16th notes are gonna feel like home in 8th notes. But triplets are gonna pull against it. Sextuplets. So the way I'm thinking about it rhythmically is I'm using the even or the common speeds that the rhythm section is playing to kind of play into the groove, and I'm using the other subdivisions to create tension against it. If you're listening to people like Charlie Parker playing, you know, it's very diverse rhythmically. I think that's why he's the best improviser. Him and, to me, in my book, it's him and Django. And the one thing that's really in common with them is how freely they switch between subdivisions and how much they use this principle of creating rhythmic tension using kind of a different speed against the pulse and then resolving to the home kind of speed, which in their case is always the triplets, the swing. The way I would approach practicing this is applying it to some sort of harmony thing, you know, like maybe like a C Dorian scale or something simple, and just be able to start building a vocabulary. Now, when you're doing this, you want to just be able to switch speeds mid-phrase, to be able to play eighth notes, go to triplets, go to 16th notes, go to sextuplets, quintuplets, and septuplets. Dividing a pulse into 5 and into 7 are the things that happen the least. If you're into that kind of sound, it does happen. Like Holdsworth plays stuff like that a lot. Frank Zappa has it in his music. And but yeah, I think that the thing that makes people's playing rhythmically very interesting is rhythmic diversity. Now, a lot of the people, those people I talked about, the less is more people, you know, basically really encourage you to stop practicing after you learn how to divide into maybe triplets or 16th notes. But really, if you think about it, all it does is it makes your playing be more bland and you have less options. Because if you think about it, like, you know, in a measure, if you have eighth notes, there's only 8 notes, 8 places to either play or not play. And what we do with this kind of thing is we learn to syncopate. We learn a speed, and then we learn how to play or not play in these slots. So on the quarter note subdivision, there's 4 places to play or not play, not a lot of options. On the eighth note, there's 8. On the triplets, there's 12. On the 16th notes, there's 16. On the quintuplets, there's 20. You know what I mean? On the sextuplets, there's 24. So you got to think about it like, you know, well, how many like parts of the measure can I decorate, you know, using this? And if you can divide each pulse all the way from 1 to 9, then really the options are endless. There's, you know, especially when you're looking at a whole form, you know, there's so much freedom is hiding there. But, you know, the thing to do is build vocabulary through the scales, through all the harmony stuff, to be able to dance around through these different speeds. Now, the next lesson I'm gonna talk about polyrhythms and how that stuff kind of works. But for now, try to digest this whole way of thinking about dividing pulses. I'm Danny Rabin from Marbin, and if you have any questions, comments, please share, and hopefully you get to see a Marbin show next tour. If we're coming through somewhere where your friends and family are at, please let them know. Cheers and see you soon.